local officials. Tom. Ryan Chandler leading us off tonight. Ryan, thank you. Now to the interview first on NBC
Weatherford,
News.
Oklahoma, Ryan Chandler.
Jeffrey Epstein victim speaking out tonight after she was mentioned in those Epstein emails just released. In one email, Epstein claims she spent hours with President Trump. Hallie Jackson now with her family's response.
The family of prominent Jeffrey Epstein accuser Virginia Roberts Giuffre tonight speaking publicly for the first time since the release of never-before-seen Epstein emails.
We have a mixed bag of emotions right now. How reckless it is of the administration and the White House to unredact our sister's name.
Giuffre's name was initially redacted in one email released by Democrats, but later identified by Republicans. In the message, Epstein claims Giuffre spent hours at his house with Donald Trump. Did Virginia ever discuss with you this idea that she spent hours with Donald Trump at any point?
That we're aware of. We've never had that conversation explicitly.
President Trump has never been accused of wrongdoing linked to Epstein, and Giuffre, who died by suicide earlier this year, did not accuse him either. Writing in her book, he couldn't have been friendlier. The president says he cut ties with Epstein in the early 2000s after Epstein hired away Mar-a-Lago staffers, including Giuffre, to work for him.
These emails prove absolutely nothing other than the fact that President Trump did nothing wrong.
Political pressure on the president may ramp up next week when the House votes to try to force the release of the Justice Department's Epstein case files.
We're looking to Congress to do the right thing, and we're hopeful.
The vote moving forward now only after a final signature from the newest member of Congress, Democrat Adelita Grijalva. What is your expectation for how many Republicans do you think may join Democrats on this?
If they hear from their constituents, every one of them should. Because this is not a partisan issue.
Grijalva, alongside Epstein survivors Liz Stein and Jess Michaels, who attended her swearing-in Wednesday.
As survivors, we can't do this alone. We need our allies to do in order for us to be able to do this work. We need the American people to not stop putting the pressure on. It's only one tiny victory. We can't just ride on that right now.
Hallie joins us now live. And Hallie, what are the next steps for this vote?
Well, Tom, early next week, we'll see how much support there is among House Republicans for this plan to try to force the release of the Epstein files. But even if this bill passes the House, it faces an uncertain future in the Senate. Tom?
Okay, Hallie Jackson for us. Hallie, thank you. A health scare for Senator John Fetterman today, who was hospitalized in Pittsburgh after he fell on a morning walk. Garrett Hake joins us now live. And Garrett, that fall was related to a serious cardiac issue that's usually deadly without treatment?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. Senator Fetterman remains hospitalized tonight for observation, and so that doctors can fine-tune his medication, a spokesman says, after a fall caused by what's called a ventricular fibrillation. That's a serious cardiac event, which the Mayo Clinic says is the most common cause of sudden cardiac death. Essentially, the senator's heart momentarily stopped pumping blood to the rest of his body. Fetterman suffered a serious stroke in 2022 and afterwards was outfitted with a pacemaker defibrillator, which can detect those issues immediately when they happen. His probably saved his life. The senator suffered only minor facial injuries in the fall, joking afterwards in a statement, quote, "If you thought my face looked bad before, wait until you see it now." Tom?
All right, not losing a sense of humor. Garrett, we thank you. The federal government is now back open, but we're likely to be facing impacts of the shutdown for days or even longer, including at America's airports. Once again, here's Ryan Nobles on when things will get back to normal.
Tonight, just hours after the longest federal government shutdown came to an end.
It's an honor now to sign this incredible bill and get our country working again.
New questions about how long it will take to recover from the impacts. At America's airports, the FAA is still ordering a 6% reduction in flights through the weekend. One major airline tells NBC News it had to rebook 50,000 passengers over the last 2 weeks. Today, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem rewarding TSA officers who worked during the shutdown without pay with $10,000.
They're going to get a bonus check for stepping up, taking on extra shifts.
And we've learned federal workers will start getting paychecks, including back pay, as soon as this Saturday. But federal contractors don't get back pay.
Are you worried about being evicted?
Oh, I'm very worried. They could come knocking any day. They have
Like Althea Hart, a contractor for the Agriculture Department, who's gone without a paycheck for more than a month.
It's like digging out of debt, managing a new job, going through an eviction, trying to find a new place. It's just, it just piles on.
As for SNAP food benefit assistance, the USDA says that states will receive their funds within the next 24 hours, but it could be until Monday before recipients get them. Tom?
All right, Ryan, thank you. We are tracking dangerous weather tonight. The West Coast in for heavy rain, winds, and flooding. As a strong storm is hitting right now, Bill Cairns joins us now live. And Bill, how bad could this get?
Los Angeles is expecting to get 25% of their yearly rainfall in just the next 2 days. This is a big storm for Southern California. It's a long duration event, too. Today, it hit around San Francisco, San Jose, Sacramento, a lot of rain. We did have some wind damage. And then as we go throughout the forecast over the next 2 days, we shift everything southward. So Friday, we're going to see on and off rain, especially the burn scar areas. But it's Saturday I have my eye on. That's when the heaviest rainfall will continue through Southern California. We're expecting rainfall totals in the mountains up to 6 inches in the cities. We could see 3 to 4 inches of rain. And if we get that heavy rainfall and those burn scars from those horrific fires we had earlier this year, we could get those mud and debris flows, especially areas from Santa Barbara to LA. We'll keep a close eye on.
Yeah, residents got to be careful. Okay, Bill, thank you. Now to a health alert, and this is a strange one. The first reported death from a meat allergy caused by a tick bite. A man in New Jersey who died hours after eating a hamburger. Here's Ann Thompson with what you need to know.
This allergy to meat, including beef, lamb, and pork, tonight is linked to its first death. A 47-year-old New Jersey man ate a burger in 2024 and died 4 hours later. 2 weeks earlier, he got sick after eating a steak.
It really illustrates the need for education because when he had the very severe episode of abdominal pain, they had no sense that that could be anaphylaxis.
University of Virginia's Dr. Thomas Platts Mills identified the death and the allergy behind it. It's called alpha-gal syndrome. It usually starts with a bite from a Lone Star tick that sensitizes a person's immune system to a sugar molecule found in the meat of mammals called alpha-gal. Reactions can include hives, nausea, and life-threatening anaphylaxis. Debbie Nickel lives with alpha-gal.
I would wake up in the middle of the night with this extraordinary stomach pain.
One of 450,000 Americans with a tick-induced meat allergy.
From the time of onset to my diagnosis in 2019, it was probably 11 or 12 years.
And your doctor even went so far as to remove your gallbladder?
That's correct.
Alpha-gal is managed with diet, avoiding meat as well as dairy and lard from those sources, and ticks.
I still go out and hike. I still eat really, really well, even if it means I don't consume beef or pork or dairy. It's a challenging lifestyle, but there are ways to find joy.
Ann Thompson joins us now live in studio, and our viewers are going to have a lot of questions about this. So are these ticks all over the country?
Increasingly so, Tom. This problem used to be centered in the southeastern part of the United States, but as winters have warmed and the deers that carry these ticks multiply, alpha-gal is now found in the north, northeast, and west as well.
All right, Ann, thanks for telling us about that one. We will be right back with our series, The Cost of Denial. Tonight, the former insurance executive going to war with an insurance company over skyrocketing premiums. Does he stand a better chance of winning? That's next.
You got this. 1, remember, I don't want surgery for my Dupuytren's contraction.
2, I want to be able to lay my hand flat.
3, I want a non-surgical recovery.
4, I want options, non-surgical options.
And 5,
And if non-surgical treatment isn't offered?
I'll get a second opinion. Let's go.
Take charge of your treatment. If you can't lay your hand flat, visit findahandspecialist.com to get started.
That guard dog sure is lucky he has Simply Safe with proactive monitoring.
Stop. This is Simply Safe. Police are on the way.
Must be nice. Simply Safe. Real security stops crime before it starts. Alka-Seltzer Plus Gold or Flu Fizzy Chews. Chew, fizz. Feel better fast. No water needed. Alka-Seltzer Plus Fizzy Chews.
We are back now with our series, The Cost of Denial, where we investigate the challenges so many Americans face with their insurance providers. Tonight, our look at one kind of insurance that has drastically raised prices. Why? Well, they never expected that many people to actually use the benefits. Aaron McLaughlin explains.
Has this consumed your life?
It really has.
From his dining room table in Newington, Connecticut, David Schwartzer is battling a multi-billion-dollar section of the insurance industry.
We are budgeting more today for long-term care than we do for property tax, homeowners insurance, and monthly utilities combined.
The retired insurance executive fighting, he says, to protect his family.
If something happens to both of us and we don't have long-term care insurance, these are the people that are going to have to figure it out.
He tracks policy rate increases, holds seminars to educate seniors, and pushes state lawmakers to change the long-term care insurance industry. Because of a series of rate increases, Dave says he and his wife Judy can barely meant to provide coverage for things like nursing homes or in-home personal care when needed.
It's all at a time when we're getting older and we're thinking this could happen.
Back in 2004, the couple purchased their policies from Genworth, one of the nation's largest providers, hoping it would help them financially if they needed care in old age. Back then, each plan cost just over $1,100 annually. Now in their 70s, David and Judy are each paying more than $4,600 per year for long-term care premiums. That's almost a 300% increase.
It was probably a case of bait and switch. We're going to do a really cheap policy, and then we're going to start giving you these rate increases, and we're going to see how far can we push you before you crop uncle and say, I give up, I can't afford it anymore.
In a statement, Genworth told NBC News the insurer has suffered significant losses on long-term care policies, pointing to it made in the past, saying its rate increases are necessary to make sure every policyholder receives meaningful long-term care benefits, adding it offers alternatives, including reducing certain benefits to lower monthly premiums.
This is absolutely a crisis in terms of being able to offer the coverage to people that they need.
Andrew Mays is the Connecticut Insurance Commissioner. His office is responsible for approving rate increases.
We have to ensure the companies remain solvent. The only thing worse than having to pay an increased premium is paying a premium for a policy that can't deliver.
From the Connecticut Insurance Department database, NBC News counted 38 separate rate hike requests made by Genworth for its long-term care policies since 2011. Half of those requests were in excess of 50%. The majority were partially granted by Mays' department. Genworth is just one of many insurers requesting vast increases nationwide. How did so many major insurers misjudge this market so badly?
That is a good question. I think they made assumptions based on the data that they had at the time.
Who pays for those mistakes? The companies or the consumers?
Sadly, it is often both.
David and Judy have already paid a price and are now bracing for the next potential rate increase.
If we walk away from this policy, we've taken $100,000 and just wasted it.
Okay, Aaron joins us now live. Aaron, walk our viewers through this. What's at the crux of why these premiums are going up so much?
Tom, a big part of this is about the policies having to pay out. May says when many insurers sold these policies years ago, they assumed a certain number of folks would eventually drop them. That projection was way off the mark. More people held on. Now millions of seniors are paying the price.
All right, Aaron, thank you for that. We're back in a moment with a startling moment for Ariana Grande, a man rushing her at the premiere of the new Wicked movie, how her co-star protected her. And a wild police chase caught on camera. How did this pig end up running free on the highway? That's next.
A diagnosis doesn't define you. Even ATTR cardiac amyloidosis. You've come a long way. Your path was never set in stone. So why would life with ATTR-CM define you? You have the power of choice. Attruby is an oral medicine used to treat adults with ATTR-CM to reduce death and hospitalization related to heart problems. Attruby helps slow the progression of ATTR-CM. People taking Attruby were 50% less likely to be hospitalized for heart issues. Tell your doctor if you're pregnant, plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding, and about the medications you take. The most common side effects were mild and included diarrhea and abdominal pain. If you have ATTR cardiac amyloidosis, ask your cardiologist if Attruby is right for you. It's time to get busy living.
Welcome to Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Get a free adjustable base with select mattress purchases designed to elevate your comfort and sleep experience. Plus, you can snooze now and pay later with 0% interest for 72 months. Ashley's Black Friday mattress event. Don't miss it.
Tired of body pain holding you back? Try Aleve for longer-lasting pain relief. Unlike Tylenol and Advil, just one dose of Aleve provides up to 12 hours of relief from all types of body pain. Try Aleve.
Before you go to extremes to fix sagging and wrinkles with expensive injections, try this first, Olay Regenerist. In a survey of women, 71% said their skin was visibly firmer in 2 weeks, without painful prices. For me, it's only Olay.
What kind of gift can $39 get you these days? It could send someone to their ancestral village and give them a taste of their heritage, from mom's side and dad's side. That's a big gift for a small price.
Mom, your mouth and eyes are doing that thing again.
Not again.
Let's talk to your doctor.
We learned the uncontrollable movements are called tardive dyskinesia, or TD, and were caused by mom's mental health medications.
Mom was prescribed Austedo XR, a once-daily extended-release pill for adults.
Austedo XR can significantly reduce TD movements, with some seeing a response as early as 2 weeks, and mom can stay on her mental health medications.
Austedo XR can cause depression, suicidal thoughts, or actions in patients with Huntington's disease. Pay close attention to and call your doctor if you become depressed, have sudden changes in mood, or have suicidal thoughts. Don't take if you have liver problems, are taking reserpine, tetrabenazine, or valbenazine. Austedo XR may cause irregular or fast heartbeat or abnormal movements. Seek help for fever, stiff muscles, problems thinking or sweating. Common side effects include inflammation of the nose and throat, insomnia, and sleepiness.
You see TD? Ask about Austedo XR.
News Nation tonight. 3 big guests, 1 big night. James Carville, Representative Ro Khanna, and Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney, all live with Chris following the shutdown and the release of new Epstein emails. Tonight on Cuomo at 8/7 Central.
I am an inherent optimist. I'm also excited about America's future. And I think what brings us back together as a country is it's a willingness to hear the other side. I think it gives us real hope.
On Balance with Leland Vittert, tonight at 9/8 Central, only on News Nation.
We're back now with liftoff for a massive Blue Origin rocket. The company's new Glenn rocket now making its way to Mars with a pair of NASA spacecraft. The rocket's mission to Mars is the first major test for the space company owned by Jeff Bezos. It also marked a big win after Blue Origin's rocket booster landed safely back on Earth, a feat only achieved by Elon Musk's SpaceX. Also tonight, we're remembering former NBC and ABC News correspondent Jim Avila, who died after a long illness. He won multiple awards over his long career. He was 69 years old. A startling moment for Ariana Grande overseas. Look at this, a man rushing at her at the Singapore premiere of Wicked for Good. Grande's co-star Cynthia Erivo immediately jumping in to shield her before security stepped in. The man who charged at Grande posted on social media that he was arrested, then released, and it's not the first time he's done something like this. He frequently posts about rushing concert stages and sporting events. And here at home, wild video of a police chase in New Mexico, but this time the suspect, you see it there, was a pig. Seriously, you can see officers sprinting after it on an Albuquerque highway before they trap it and carry it back to their cruiser. Police believe the pig, you hear their squealing, was a pet. It is now in safe hands at an animal shelter till its owners claim it. All right. When we come back, there is good news tonight about hardworking paying off and the special surprise for young farmers who stepped up when their community faced a disaster. That's next.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels that crash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds on my car insurance. Unfortunately, I didn't check if doing the Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs!
So we need to.
And it's not. Checking Allstate first was smart. Barking at my boss, dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
These guys are crazy.
Mirror Joy, the overwhelming relief after Miralax helps you go. Miralax works naturally with the water in your body. Miralax, free your gut to free your mood.
For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mira Fiber.
This week on Neutrogena Remembers.
Will you marry me?
I love you.
If you remember these two, it may be time to start using Neutrogena Retinol Regenerating Cream. It can reverse 7 years of visible aging. Great skin. Oh, to be young.
Real strength isn't pushing through pain, it's treating it. When there's no pain, there's more gain. Advil targets pain caused by inflammation for fast, strong relief. Advil, that's real strength.
When my hair started to thin, I wasn't feeling so confident.
I stopped hanging out with the guys because I didn't want to hear the wisecracks.
I started taking Nutrafol because I had seen that it worked with my friend.
Nutrafol really takes the time to do the research, to do the clinical studies, and I really respect how it works from the inside out.
Nutrafol was able to bring my hair back to life, and it keeps getting thicker and fuller. Oh! It felt real good to ditch the hat.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
Dry eye relief with the prescription MyBo drop. Remove contact lenses before using MyBo. Wait at least 30 minutes before putting them back in. Eye redness and blurred vision may occur. Ask about MyBo.
Okay, work with me. All that meal prep for what? Reach your health goals through hers? Hair loss, mental health, weight loss. Let's do this. We are so back. Start today at forhers.com.
So we got clear facts. Maybe we can calm down a little.
Talk to each other more.
That's what the news is supposed to do.
Courts across Texoma remain active. We have the latest updates on some of the biggest cases and appeals from all over the area. And the Wichita County Historical Commission and an East Side icon are teaming up to commemorate a former Wichita Falls school. See how coming up at 6.
There's good news tonight for a group of young farmers in Texas who jumped in to help when their community needed them the most. Here's Priscilla Thompson.
The 17-year-old Ruger Reeves is up before the sun, caring for his animals. But when catastrophic floods tore through Kerrville, Texas in July, it was his community that needed care.
Everything was just destroyed, and then you're just like, what can I do to help? What can I do to be there for my community?
He and his Future Farmers of America classmates jumped into action. Today, their event space is still operating as a command center, which means there was nowhere to hold their fall fundraiser. And the stock show, where scholarships are awarded, is now in jeopardy. If students are not able to show their animals and get that support, what is at stake?
The future is at stake, honestly. Some of us won't be able to pay for college.
So Ruger wrote a letter asking for help.
But as much as we gave our community, the flood drained it dry financially.
He sent it to everyone he could think of.
The Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo is proud to be here.
But it was the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo that answered his plea. And we were there for the moment they surprised Ruger with a massive donation. $500,000 for local agriculture programs. How are you feeling?
Absolutely. I'm super grateful. This is going to mean the world to everybody here.
Gratitude from a group of students who gave so much. Priscilla Thompson, NBC News, Kerrville, Texas.
And that's Nightly News for this Thursday. I'm Tom Yamas. Before we go, to those new viewers out there that have found us in the past couple of weeks, we want to thank you for joining us. Tonight and always, we're here for you. Good night.
It's your first homicide?
You think it's a black male?
This was the kid. It was self-defense. It doesn't even make sense. He's lying. Doesn't that bother you?
Okay, go find some proof.
Let me grab my tie. Law and Order. New tonight on NBC and Peacock.
From your local news authority, local, in-depth, community. You're watching KFDX3 News at 6.
Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Aaron Gonders. Kearney has the day off. Cases keep moving through the courts here in Texoma, with local district courtrooms continuing to hear criminal cases, as well as appellate courts reviewing cases out of Texoma, and many more on upcoming dockets. Josh Hodger's been following criminal cases from across the area and beyond, and he's joining us now with the latest. So, Josh, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Aaron, there's a lot to get to this evening, beginning first with the Wichita County Grand Jury returning an indictment formally charging the former accountant of a business in downtown Wichita Falls with second-degree theft for allegedly embezzling hundreds of thousands of dollars from the business. 35-year-old Cassie Cunningham has been in custody since her initial arrest in August, held in the Wichita County Jail on a $150,000 bond. Last week, a grand jury returned an indictment against Cunningham, formally charging her with theft of property over $150,000 and under $300,000. The charge stems from August 2023, when an embezzlement report was made on behalf of Pickers Universe downtown, accusing Cunningham, their accountant, of stealing over $200,000 from the business. Officers say Cunningham, who had since moved to California, contacted police herself, admitted to the embezzlement, turned over bank records to the police, and said that the money was used for gambling and medical care. If convicted, Cunningham faces up to 20 years in prison. Also, new updates on appeal cases out of Texoma. Of course, the big news came last week from the Second Court of Appeals, who upheld the human trafficking and child sex crime convictions of Anthony Patterson. But the appellate courts are always busy, and there's plenty of updates to pass along. First, the final chapter closes for Daniel Ortiz, who was convicted in early 2024 of causing serious mental injury to 3 young girls in Burke Burnett and sentenced to 150 years in prison. He appealed the trial court's judgment with the Second Court of Appeals, but it was upheld, leading his attorney to file for a petition for discretionary review from the highest court in Texas. Well, last week, his petition to the Court of Criminal Appeals was refused, meaning his convictions will now stand and he's exhausted his final appellate option. And finally, more appeal updates. Over the last 2 weeks, several defendants convicted in Wichita County have filed notice of their intent to appeal the trial court's decision. First, Catherine Jarvie, the biological mother of a 6-year-old boy found severely emaciated back in 2022. She was convicted of injury to a child and sentenced to 65 years in prison in the 70th District Court last month. Her notice of appeal was filed on October 29th with the Second Court of Appeals. Also notifying the Second Court of Appeals of his intent to appeal, Tywien Hogan, who was found guilty of engaging in organized criminal activity for his role in a series of train car heists and sentenced to 43 years in prison. Last month in the 30th District Court, his notice of appeal was filed last week on November 7th. And that same day, Jeffrey McCormick filed his notice of appeal with the Second Court of Appeals. He was found guilty on 4 counts of indecency with a child and handed 4 consecutive sentences totaling 70 years. Now, one final update in a federal case we reported earlier in the week. We told you Monday about former Wichita Falls banking vice president Kaylee Lund, and that she was set to plead guilty in federal court today. But her attorney filed a continuance on Monday afternoon. Well, that continuance was granted by a federal judge, and her plea date has been pushed back to December 5th in the federal courthouse in Fort Worth. Now, of course, we updated the story online first, so if you want the very latest updates in criminal cases, from new indictments, details from court documents and hearings, appeal cases, and of course jury trials, make sure you're keeping up with us on social media and following us on air and online at TexomasHomepage.com.
There's a lot to break down. All right, Josh, thank you so much for bringing us all of that. Wichita County officials say residents are being targeted by a phone and text scam involving fraudulent jury duty claims. Authorities say scammers are impersonating sheriff's office personnel, falsely claiming that individuals have missed a jury duty summons and are demanding money to avoid arrest. District Clerk Leslie Mannon emphasized that they will never call you and demand money for anything associated with jury duty. Mannon advises residents not to pay anyone who claims over the phone that they will be arrested for missing jury service, noting that only a judge can issue a warrant, which is not common practice. Residents with questions or who need to verify the legitimacy of a call are encouraged to contact the Wichita County District Clerk's office. And the city of Vernon is issuing a warning about a surge in scam calls targeting elderly residents. Authorities there also want to emphasize that they will never request money or discuss personal information over the phone. City officials say these scam calls, which are at an all-time high, often use the names of friends or acquaintances to sound more convincing. If you receive a suspicious call, hang up immediately and avoid sharing any personal or financial information. The Vernon Police Department has made it clear that any legitimate concerns can be verified by contacting them directly. Police also urge residents there to spread the word about these scams to help safeguard neighbors and loved ones. All right, now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling for a look at the forecast. And Mike, we had another warm November day, but there is there might be a record that we hit today.
Yeah, we got pretty close to the record high this afternoon. We stayed just a little bit below. You look at the satellite radar across the area. We have generally clear to mostly clear skies. That does continue here through the overnight hours, much like how it has been lately. Our current temperature outside has dropped off a little bit here. 74 degrees in Wichita Falls, 75 for Dallas-Fort Worth, 77 in Midland and El Paso, and down towards Austin, 71 up in Oklahoma City. It's quite a bit warmer than it was this time yesterday. 8 degrees warmer in Wichita Falls. It's going to be a little bit warmer overnight tonight, too, and into tomorrow afternoon. We're also seeing an increase in moisture in the atmosphere. Our dew points are actually back up into the mid-50s. That's about 30 degrees higher than it was 2 days ago. We were down into the mid-20s. So definitely a little bit more moisture in the atmosphere versus earlier on this week. So we're going to stay warm here as we go into the weekend. Fall temperatures are returning, along with some rain chances, though, in the extended forecast. We'll talk all about that coming up here in a few minutes, Aaron.
All right, sounds good, Michael. Thanks so much. We'll see you in a little bit. Another new addition could be coming to the Veterans Memorial Plaza at Lake Wichita. During the Lake Wichita Revitalization Committee meeting this morning, a discussion was had regarding the National Society of the Daughters of the American Revolution and the goal to have 250 Revolutionary War Patriot markers in as many cities across the nation, while choosing Wichita Falls to be one of those cities. Vice Chair for the Lake Wichita Revitalization Committee, Steve Garner, says the local DAR chapter has already acquired the funds to purchase the plaque and have it installed. They're just waiting on city councilors to approve it.
We're in favor of, letting the city council, look at this and see if it's something we want to move forward with, because we do. We just think it's another one of those wonderful things that people can enjoy out at the Veterans Memorial Plaza.
Garner says this item will be brought to city councilors during their next city council meeting to be approved or not. If it is approved, they would install the marker next on a post next to the Veterans Plaza. The season of giving is upon us, and if you'd like to donate food for people in need, all while staying in the comfort of your car, head over to First National Bank later this week. The bank's drive-through food drive is back to benefit the Wichita Falls Area Food Bank, and the donations will be distributed across 12 counties in the region. Items that are always needed are canned items like meats, soups and chili, and canned fruits and vegetables, as well as dry beans and rice, oatmeal and cereals, breads and pasta, peanut butter, dried fruits, and juice. The drive-through food drive will be accepting items tomorrow from 9 to 4 at both First National Bank locations on Fairway Boulevard and Midwestern Parkway. You also have the chance to help someone in need this upcoming winter season through donating to Meals on Wheels of Wichita County. The 9th annual blanket and sock drive started earlier this month, and all month long you can donate new pairs of socks and new blankets to any of the Grubbs dealership showrooms and the Meals on Wheels office at 1000 Burnett Street, or you can catch Meals on Wheels staff out at Walmart on Lawrence Road tomorrow from 10 that morning to 2 and drop your donations off at the bin there. Director of Development and Marketing Jeanette Charos says this is a great way to help those in need who may not have anyone else to turn to this winter.
It seems small donating like a $3 or $4 blanket, but to some of our clients, it's a huge gesture for them. So it's a nice way for the community to kind of come out and help show their support for our seniors and homebound disabled that they live in a community that cares for them.
If you want more information on how you can donate your time, money, or other items, just click inside this story over on TexOma's homepage.com. The Salvation Army is getting ready to begin its 2025 Red Kettle Campaign and Angel Tree Program. The kickoff event will be held at the Walmart on Lawrence Road on Saturday morning at 11. Funds raised through the Red Kettle Campaign support the year-round programs of the Salvation Army here in Wichita Falls, while the Angel Tree provides Christmas gifts to children who might otherwise go without on Christmas morning. If you want to learn more about these programs as well as how to volunteer, you can click inside this story over on TexOma's.com. And sticking with the holiday theme, get your phones ready to answer our question of the day. We want to know which popular Christmas movie prominently features a mischievous character who lives atop Mount Crumpet and schemes to steal all the presents and decorations from the residents of Whoville. Is it The Polar Express, A Christmas Story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or is it Elf? Want to make your guess? Just scan the QR code on your screen or click the link on this Facebook post, and we'll have the correct answer for you at the end of the newscast. This year, Christmas is going high-tech. Coming up, how AI shopping chatbots could make your holiday season naughty or nice. And a little later, White House officials say relief for a long list of common grocery items will be announced soon.
The federal government back open. I'm Blake Berman, host of The Hill on News Nation. The president's signature officially reopening the government Wednesday evening after the House passed a bill to end the shutdown. The deal funds the government through January 30th. Federal workers ordered back to work on Thursday as the administration looks to send out paychecks in the coming days. The Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, saying quote, days, if not a week, end quote, to return to normal after the shutdown caused widespread delays and cancellations. As for the president, he's set to travel now around the country, selling his economic message to Americans. Concerns over prices and affordability played a role in last week's elections, where Democrats swept key races. I'm Blake Berman, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
You're watching KFDX3 News at 6 with Carney Porter, Aaron Gunders, weather with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling, and sports with Tobin McDuff. Closed captioning on KFDX is sponsored by Hamilton Bryan Furniture and Appliance. Get all the scores, action, and highlights from all your favorite local teams. Watch KFDX3 Sports live from the OSTC Sports Desk, your complete orthopedic team.
Turkey? Check. Cranberries. Stuffing? Pie? Check, check, check. Potatoes sweet and mashed? Check. Now what about that post-turkey nap? Don't worry. The Black Friday Super Sale at Denver Mattress has you covered.
Shop today and save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Take up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and score a $300 gift. Plus 60 months, no interest financing, and free shipping.
The Black Friday Super Sale on now at Denver Mattress.
Now's the time to schedule your end-of-the-year dental appointments before your benefits expire. Benefits don't roll over to the new year. Take advantage of them. Call Maplewood Laser Dental Clinic to schedule today.
It's your first homicide?
You think it's a black male?
It was just a kid. It was self-defense.
It doesn't even make sense.
He's lying. Doesn't that bother you?
Okay, go find some proof.
Let me grab my tie. Law and Order. New tonight on NBC and Peacock.
We have a best-selling author who's protecting her husband, a serial rapist.
She knew.
This is all false claims.
We need new evidence.
This is going to be a tough case.
We got work to do.
SVU. New tonight on NBC and Peacock.
Weather on KFDX is brought to you by State Farm auto expert Matt Patterson. State Farm, insuring 1 in every 5 cars in the U.S. Now, from KFDX3, Texoma's Weather Authority, with Chief Meteorologist Michael Ball.
Well, Michael, as we've been talking about, another warm November day. But, you mentioned we almost broke a record today for the record high, but there's something also that's fun. We got a new camera. Or not a new camera. It's back.
It's back. Yeah, well, actually, I think it is a new camera. That's how we got it back. But yeah, Big Blue camera is back. And right now, John Cameron's going to be the most excited about it. He's been asking every week to me, hey, you know what's going on, Big Blue? It's going to be up sometime, but yeah, anyways, thanks to our engineering department for getting that up. This is going to be, this is definitely one of our favorite tower cams. Taking a look outside right now on the Big Blue tower cam. 74 degrees is the current temperature outside. Got a southeast wind averaging 15 miles per hour. Today's high was 84 degrees, so we went down as 18 degrees above our average of 66 and just 1 degree off our record of 85 that we set back in 1955. Our low this morning was 6 degrees above average at 47. For tomorrow afternoon, it's a little bit warmer again across Texoma, even up to 90 in the middle of November there for Kroll. So it is going to be a warm afternoon. You see a lot of high 80s in the western portion of Texoma, more mid 80s. You work your way to the east. So yeah, we're going to be well above average, near or record highs here as we go into tomorrow afternoon with more high 80s there for 89 for Seymour, Throckmorton, and Knox City. So a warm day here for tomorrow. A little warmer again as we go into the weekend. Saturday, we're up to 87 in Wichita Falls. Then we're down to 77 on Sunday, 84 on Monday. And then the rest of next week, though, we do finally see some of these highs drop back down into the 60s. More fall-like temperature will return, along with some rain chances that we definitely need. Because here's the updated drought monitor for today. It's going to be a lot of severe to moderate drought conditions, and the dry conditions in the yellow color shown there. Some extreme drought conditions even starting to creep in there in southwest Oklahoma. The main issue is that we just haven't had much rain here recently, because for the year, we are doing fantastic on rainfall for the entire year. 33 1/3 inch, that's nearly 8 inches above average. Through today, it is the 16th wettest year that we've ever had at Shepherd Air Force Base. And if we were to finish off the entire year and not get a single other drop of rain, we'd already be the 25th wettest rainfall on record for Wichita Falls. So we're doing really good on rainfall for the year. The issue is that we dry out so fast, because for November, we've only had a trace of precipitation, nearly an inch below average already. And then since September 1st, 3.6 inches, that's nearly 3 inches, or that's actually more than 3 inches below average. The good news, though, is even though we are below average on rainfall, we definitely need that water for our soil. Lake levels are doing pretty good still. We're still mid 80s to even high 90s there for Lake Kemp. So lake levels still looking pretty good here, but we still need that rain. Not much here in the short term. Satellite radar across the area is pretty quiet here at the moment. As we go throughout the next couple of days here, not going to be looking for a whole lot. Clear to mostly clear skies here as we go into the weekend. Warm temperatures, and Friday night football should be a fairly pleasant 70s again for Friday night football this weekend. And then as we go into the rest of the weekend, it's going to be just sunny and warm. But rainfall is in the forecast for the middle of next week. It's not going to be fantastic, super heavy rain. There's a chance for some heavier precipitation, but overall right now it looks like the heavier totals are going to be further off to the east. But at least we got something back in the forecast. So for tonight, 55 degrees, mostly clear skies, and a south wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 85 for tomorrow, breezy and warm. South wind there at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Here's a 7-day forecast. Got 80s and 70s here through the weekend. Ends the start of next week. Then we'll drop it down into the 60s with rain chances returning for the middle of next week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much, Michael. The busy holiday shopping season is already underway, and shoppers are leaning into AI in a big way this year. Evan Brown has more on the increase in artificial intelligence ahead of Christmas.
It seems to start earlier every year. The busy holiday shopping season is kicking off, and we're already seeing a big shift in retail behavior thanks to artificial intelligence. The professional services company Accenture says its annual survey shows 8 in 10 consumers plan to use AI tools for holiday shopping, and retailers are taking note.
It's able to draw across, the huge range of information out there and explain things to shoppers in very simple and understandable terms. And I think that human nature of AI as a tool is the thing that's driving that huge step up in usage.
But with all that new technology comes new frustration. Shopper stress is intensifying this year, with some 85% of customers saying they're feeling overwhelmed with too many choices. But experts say the new AI tools can actually help streamline those options.
It's helping them with resolving this question around having overwhelming decisions, raising their level of confidence they're actually choosing the right things.
And of course, what happens online is having a big impact on brick and mortar stores. A growing number of frontline workers are reporting burnout and fatigue, mostly because of angry or impatient customers. And with more consumers doing their shopping online, retailers are concerned about worker retention.
They're a thought for frontline retail workers this year.
Overall, shoppers aren't planning on slowing down this holiday season. Almost 9 out of 10 of them plan to spend at least what they spent last year on holiday shopping. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more news for you after the break. you're tired of paying high interest charges, the Wichita Falls Teachers Federal Credit Union MasterCard gives you a better option with an introductory rate as low as 4.9% APR and no annual fee. You'll have a card that allows you to do more.
When I needed Social Security disability benefits, I called the Wolfpack and they had my back.
You are disabled and can no longer work. We are here to help you get your Social Security disability approved.
I needed help. The Wolfpack had my back.
We've helped thousands of clients get their Social Security disability approved, and we're here for you too. We're Culver Cooper Hill, the Wolfpack, and we've got your back.
Call 1-800-557-WOLF now.
At Holiday, our prices remain consistently low throughout the entire year. We don't have any hidden fees or gimmicks. What you see is what you get. A Holiday exclusive is our lifetime powertrain warranty put on every new vehicle or pre-owned vehicle under 10 years or 100,000 miles. Give us a chance to earn your business. You deserve personal attention and you deserve a Holiday.
Step into fall with comfort and style. From Clark SAS to Atrix, Birkenstock, and chic Eric Michael boots. We've got the perfect fits, extended sizes, widths too, and even SAS for men. Discover Steve's Shoes in Lawton.
You're watching KFDX3 News.
A major piece of East Side Wichita Falls history is coming into focus thanks to a new book released today, highlighting the people, traditions, and legacy of Booker T. Washington School. Tyshawn Dawson attended today's book signing and shows us what he learned from the authors behind the project.
From 1921 to 1969, Booker T. Washington School stood as the cornerstone of the East Side community, educating Black students during segregation and serving as a gathering place for families, celebrations, and traditions.
Sunday morning, everybody went to their separate churches. Monday, we were in school together, and we enjoyed it. We had fun, true fun.
Today, that history was honored once again.
I have this desire to revitalize East Side, since it did exist and died, and it died because Booker T. Washington was taken out of the community. You don't take a school out of the community.
The Wichita County Historical Commission released a new book titled Remembrance, Booker T. Washington School, documenting nearly 5 decades of memories, stories, and photographs.
Booker T. Washington was the heart of the community. So in the idea of let's start gathering history, it got too big. It was way too big to look at the businesses, to look at the individuals, to look at the churches. So we decided let's focus on one of the most significant parts of East Side, and that was Booker T.
Trammell partnered with co-authors Brenda Jarrett and Elizabeth Hawley for 4 years to gather contributions from former students and families.
What I hope is for individuals to see that the people are being highlighted in the book are high achievers. Every last one of them. Now, how did that happen? But it did.
Zenobia Trimble was the first woman in Wichita County to get a Texas historical marker.
Really?
The first woman.
Why do you think preserving the history of Booker T. Washington is so important for Wichita Falls?
It's very, very important because there are entities that would like to wipe it away. And it is my job, and it's not the only job, but my job to preserve it and pass it on to the young folk. They need to know about the new Black history that started right here in Wichita Falls.
And as Wichita Falls continues to preserve its history, those behind the book hope it becomes a centerpiece for remembering the resilience, pride, and cultural identity that shaped Booker T. Washington School. Tyshawn Dawson, KFDX3 News.
If you missed today's event, the book will continue to be available at the Wichita County Archives at 720 Indiana, Wednesday through Friday. About that, MJ?
I love the old football
I
formation.
know,
the Booker T.
yeah.
Washington
Little bit of that wing formation.
Listen, way back then, it was let's pound the rock. You know?
It's fun to see. I'm always a big fan of watching old footage like that.
Yes, sir.
So let's go into the modern day sports. What do we got around in the sports world today?
Well, plenty of high school football playoff games being played in our area tonight. We're not going to talk about those until KFDX 3 News at 10. Here on the 6 o'clock news, we're talking hoops. Midwestern State women's basketball kicks off its season this weekend. Parker Hollendonor has your season preview next in sports.
KFDX 3 News, your local news authority. Texas, you can't do fall without Ford. Because our trucks and SUVs have everything you need to enjoy the best of it. Back to school, back to the game, and the back roads yet to be discovered. Every Ford is equipped for fall, and the best deals of the season are at your Texas Ford dealer right now. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus no payments for 90 days on F-150. Only at your best in Texas Ford dealer.
Join us at this year's Gingerbread Jubilee and build your own gingerbread house. Thursday, November 20th at the Kemp Center of Arts. There'll be a taco bar lunch hosted by Taco Bueno for the entire event. Each session includes candy, icing, and an apron, along with your choice of either a gingerbread house or a cookie. Scan the code on screen to order tickets. Gingerbread Jubilee, November 20th, benefiting communities and schools of the greater Wichita Falls area.
Let us take care of your water restoration emergencies.
From our family to yours, Carpet Master is celebrating their 10-year anniversary.
For all your air duct cleaning needs, call the Carpet Master.
The Carpet Master is growing. Thank you for your support.
Hi, I'm Kevin. And I'm Jared. We don't cut corners, we clean them. The Carpet Master specializes in cleaning carpet, tile and grout, air ducts, hardwood floor, and laminate flooring.
We don't cut corners. We clean them.
Here's to 10 more years of Carpet Master service for you.
Watch KFDX 3 News at 5 and 6 p.m.
And NBC Nightly News at 5:30. Now, sports with MJ Baird from the OSTC Sports Desk, your complete orthopedic team.
The Midwestern State women's basketball team has spent the better part of the last 2 seasons working their program back into top form. Now the Mustangs are looking to take that next step into the top tier of the Lone Star Conference. Picked to finish 9th in the preseason poll, they have every intention of shocking those who did not vote for them. Parker Hollendonor has more in this MSU Team Preview.
Back-to-back years of improvement bring plenty of optimism to Midwestern State women's basketball.
We're like a pit bull trying to attack a chihuahua. Like, it's literally when we're all together and connected as one, we're literally like a fist of iron.
It's year 3 under head coach Bernita Jackson, who helped to double the Mustangs' win total from 7 to 13 wins last year. Now looking at taking the leap into conference contention.
Practices right now are really tough and competitive. They go at each other, which is fun. At the same time, I'm excited to see how we work together to go at other people. And so we'll make another big jump this year again in the Lone Star. And I'm just excited to get our girls on the court.
They'll have to make that leap without last season's star, graduating leading scorer and Lone Star Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Zaria Carter, taking with her 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 2.5 steals per game. Stepping up in her place, reigning Conference Rookie of the Year, Kirby Cash. She averaged 14 points and over 7 rebounds in 2024, adding 45 total steals. Cash won't be doing it alone, though. A strong core of returning players is bolstered by 8 newcomers, 4 freshmen, and 4 transfers. Among the returners is junior Anaya Williams. She was leading the Mustangs in rebounds early in the season before missing the rest of 2024 with a knee injury. And leading the transfer class is senior guard Fiance Powell, bringing veteran experience from her time at D1 UTEP and D2 Missouri Southern State. In preparation for an imposing Lone Star schedule, the Mustangs honing their physicality and toughness.
We have some grown women in our conference. I feel like we're very prepared for it, though. I feel like, the drills that we do in practice, from our scrimmages, like we're a very physical team.
The refreshed roster moving away from the postgame just enough to improve their spacing on the way to a more explosive offense.
Teams would just kind of pack the paint and sag in on us, didn't really respect our guards. And so they won't be able to do that this year. We're way more balanced.
we're just aggressive. She puts emphasis on being aggressive on both ends. You miss 100 shots you don't take, so take the shots. And defensively, we want to be able to get up and down the court, get steals, get fast break points off of our steals and our defense.
After showing the Lone Star Conference that they could play with the big dogs, the Mustangs working towards establishing themselves as a team to be taken seriously come playoffs.
I'm excited. Everybody else be excited. I think we have the team this year to win the Lone Star.
The team is growing by leaps and bounds every day. I know you're going to love seeing them play because I love watching them play every day.
With your 2025 preview of Midwestern State women's basketball, I'm Parker Hollander.
The Mustangs playing their season opener at home this weekend against the Trailblazers of UNT Dallas. Tip-off Sunday, 2 o'clock at D.L. Ligon Coliseum. High school volleyball score to pass along for you. TAPS 1A state semifinal. Christ Academy taking down Waxahachie Prep in straight sets. We've got highlights of this match tonight coming your way on KFDX3 News at 10. Tobin was down there bringing us all of the action. The Lady Warriors are on to the title match to be played tomorrow morning.
This Silver Star Nation report on KFDX is sponsored locally by Metal Marks.
Reminder, the Dallas Cowboys coming off the bye, preparing for Monday Night Football on the road against the Las Vegas Raiders. America's team playing in prime time at Allegiant Stadium. 7:15 Monday night. ESPN. All right, that's going to do it for this look at sports. Aaron's back with another half hour of local news right after this.
For compassionate care that's close to home, choose Clay County Memorial Hospital, shaping a brighter future for healthcare.
I still need a shower.
It's laundry night.
Nope, I need to run the dishwasher.
And the hot water wars with Brian's Plumbing's new Norris Tankless hot water heater system. Enjoy endless hot water for every shower, every load of laundry, every dish, all at once. Energy efficient, compact, and built to last. Call Brian's Plumbing today or visit briansplumbing.com.
During the Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings add up. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus 60 months, no interest. The Black Friday Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
After a hailstorm, you can count on Assured Roofing to help assess the damage and walk you through the entire process from inspection to installation. Be assured with Assured Roofing. Trust a local team and call today for your free roof inspection. Assured Roofing. Your roof, our reputation. Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get 0% APR with an average finance savings of over $4,600 on this Sierra 1500 model. See your Red River GMC dealers.
The Women's Forum is excited to announce the 45th annual Christmas Tour of Homes presented by the Senior Junior Forum on Thursday, December 4th. Tickets are $25 and available November 5th. Scan the QR code at the outlets to get tickets. Christmas Tour of Homes 2025.
During the Black Friday Super Sale at Furniture Row, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings add up. Check out special purchases while they last. Plus 60 months, no interest. The Black Friday Super Sale on now at Furniture Row.
You're watching KFDX3 News.
President Trump wants to use tariffs to lower the cost of your next meal. The White House focuses on affordability ahead of next year's midterm elections. Lucas Tomlinson has more from Washington.
You are going to feel it.
Pressure is mounting on President Trump to tackle a growing cost of living crisis. Now he's turning to his favorite tool, tariffs. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent telling Fox News tariff relief for a long list of common grocery items will be announced soon. Things like coffee, bananas, and other fruits that have gotten more expensive because of the tariffs will be exempt. And Bessent says that should bring prices down almost immediately.
You're going to see substantial announcements over the next couple of days in terms of things we don't grow here in the United States.
But Democrats say it's just a short-term fix that doesn't address the growing collateral damage from the tariff war.
The Trump tariffs
are adding thousands of dollars per year of additional expense to everyday Americans.
Some farmers and ranchers are also sounding the alarm, suggesting they'll need government help to survive if wholesale prices decrease.
If we're going to drive the cattle prices down, do we have a method in place to drive all the feed costs down, the medication costs down?
The focus on groceries is part of a bigger plan to use tariffs to address affordability, including possible $2,000 rebate checks for taxpayers. The White House says that proposal is moving forward, even though it would cost more money than the tariffs it brought in.
The president made it clear he wants to make it happen, and so his team of economic advisors are looking into it.
Besson predicts inflation will start to decline in the first half of next year.
An event designed to raise awareness about diabetes, honor those living with the condition, and promote healthy lifestyles is happening tomorrow here in Wichita Falls. The Wichita Falls, Wichita County Health District, United Regional, and the Community Health Care Center will host a World Diabetes Day community walk. Local healthcare officials will be present at the event, providing educational materials to help attendees take steps toward a healthier future. Participants are encouraged to wear blue, the official color of diabetes awareness, to show support for the millions affected worldwide. The event will begin tomorrow evening at 6 at the Sykes Center Lake Trail near MSU, Texas. The walk is open to everyone and no registration is required. And United Regional is partnering with the Wichita Falls Police Department to help you safely clear out your medicine cabinets ahead of the holiday season, and you won't even need to leave your vehicle. Tomorrow from 11 to 2, the two organizations will host an unwanted medication drop-off event at United Regional. The free event will provide a convenient and responsible way to dispose of expired, unused, or unwanted prescription medications in an effort to prevent accidental indigestion, misuse, or abuse, especially with more visitors coming around during the holidays. The drop-off will be held in the Circle Drive on the south side of the emergency room, allowing for easy and contact-free disposal. And now let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling for a look at the forecast. And Michael, after a pretty warm day, what are we looking like going into the evening hours?
Well, it's going to start cooling down here some more. We're already dropping down to the 70s. We'll eventually drop down to the 60s here as we go throughout the evening. Satellite radar across the area is clear to mostly clear skies. It's just more of what we have had lately, but temperatures are a little warmer outside than they have been lately. 74 degrees right now in Wichita Falls, 75 for Dallas-Fort Worth, 77 in Austin, Midland, and El Paso, 71 up in Oklahoma City. We are, like I said, warmer than we were this time yesterday. 8-degree warm up in Wichita Falls, and we've also seen quite a bit of an increase in moisture levels, too. Our dew point's now at 54. That's about 30 degrees higher than it was 2 days ago, so there is more moisture getting into the atmosphere. Now, we're going to stay warm here into the weekend, but fall temperatures are going to return, along with some rain chances. We'll talk about that coming up here in a few minutes, Aaron.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much, Michael. See you in a little bit. Get ready to break out your credit card. The National Retail Federation expects us to spend $1 trillion on holiday shopping this year. On average, people will spend about $800 each, and much of that will be spent online. The problem, crooks know it, and they're getting clever about tricking you. Barrett Tryon talks to the experts about what to look out for before you click buy online.
Cyber criminals are just kind of adding their glitter on top of everything. They're just increasing their tactics.
That gift under the tree this year likely was bought online. A recent study found that 76% of people said they'd buy at least half their gifts from the web.
It's always a think before you click.
Jason Mezzo with the Better Business Bureau says this time of year, people tend to let their guard down. You can blame that on the hustle and bustle of the holidays.
Give that second thought. Having that healthy dose of skepticism still goes a long way, because if you're fearful, if you think it's a scam, take a second, pause, take a deep breath, and rewind, and start the process of researching.
It's not just your email anymore. Crooks are targeting phones more than ever before.
Unusual payment requests, wire transfers, crypto, gift cards, things like that.
Lisa Plackmeyer with Austin-based National Cybersecurity Alliance explains crooks are also now tapping into artificial intelligence to make it harder to figure out if something is real or not.
You're going to see, fake influencer type videos on social media that are just AI generated.
Which means that deal on TikTok should have you thinking twice.
We're hearing just too many stories of scams shopping on social media. So if it's available to you directly from that merchant or from a merchant that is reputable, then that would be my recommendation.
The big takeaway here is just to slow down while you're clicking around. Something to do when using your email to sign up on new websites is add the website to your last name. So I put something like Gonder's Walmart or Gonder's Target. That way you can see who's selling your data to marketers. Now, for our question today, we want to know which Christmas movie features a mischievous green character who lives on Mount Crumpet and schemes to steal all the presents and decorations from the residents of Whoville. Is it The Polar Express, A Christmas Story, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, or is it Elf? To vote, just scan the QR code right there on your screen or click the link on this Facebook post, and we'll have the correct answer for you at the end of the show. And this holiday season, you can become the Chief of Cheer. Coming up, Mariana Vela tells us how you can get paid to watch your favorite holiday movies. And then we'll hear from the stars of the new movie, Now You See Me, Now You Don't, ahead of its official release tomorrow.
Want to reach your audience anytime, anywhere?
Texoma's Digital Solutions puts your brand in front of the right people on their phones, tablets, and desktops.
Our digital campaigns are cost-effective, allowing you to reach a highly engaged audience without breaking the bank.
Advertise digitally where your customers are.
Visit TexomasDigitalSolutions.com and turn your views into value.
Low prices. Every aisle. Every department. Every day. We're working to save you money. Winco.
The new Wichita Falls Winco Food is now open.
Get away to Grapevine and share the joy in the Christmas capital of Texas. Spend your Christmas immersed in ice at the Gaylord Texan Resort, Snowland at Grey Wolf Lodge, and Santa's Wonderland at Bass Pro Shops. Check off your list at Grapevine Mills and shopping along historic Main Street. Take a break at a winery tasting room and enjoy festive dining at cafes. Then take a spin on the Peace Plaza ice rink in the glow of the 60-foot Christmas tree. Share the joy and book your getaway in Grapevine, the Christmas capital of Texas.
Fall is the perfect time to plant trees, and Smith's Garden Town has the largest selection in North Texas. From fruit trees to shade trees and ornamentals, we've got all the sizes that you could need. So visit us today at Smith's Garden Town, where our expert advice is always free.
Savor the authentic Mexican flavor of Durango, Mexico at La Gran Cantina. Amazing Mexican food with incredible desserts. Discover La Gran Cantina in Wichita Falls and Lawton.
Now from KFDX3, Texoma's Weather Authority with Chief Meteorologist Michael Bowling.
You know, we keep talking about the kind of unseasonably warm November weather. Like, we're getting close to Thanksgiving, and I feel like I need to be wearing a jacket outside, but here we are, and it's we had a near record-breaking day.
Yeah, it's anything but a Christmas story at the moment. You know,
you could say that.
It's pretty warm outside. As we look at the Blue Tower Cam, the current temperature outside is 74 degrees. Got a south-southeast wind averaging 15 miles per hour. Today's high was 84 degrees, so it went down as 18 degrees above our average of 66, just 1 degree below our average of, 1 degree off our record of 85 that we set back in 1955. Our low this morning was 6 degrees above average at 47. All right, looking at the highs here for tomorrow afternoon. We do have some high 80s to low 90s returning. I have us up to 90 in Kroll tomorrow. Mostly high 80s in the western half of Texoma, mid 80s for the eastern half of the area. So it is going to be a warm afternoon. It gets a little bit warmer here as we go into the weekend too. We're up to 87 on Saturday, down to 77 on Sunday though, back at 84 here for Monday. And then the rest of next week, we do see the fall-like temperatures return. We're going to start knocking it back down into the low 70s to 60s throughout next week. We'll also see some rain chances in the forecast, which we are definitely at the point where we really starting to need some more of that rain. We have severe to moderate drought conditions across most of Texoma, dry conditions for most of the rest, just a little sliver of Jack and far southeastern Young County don't have any drought conditions at the moment. As we look at the rainfall total so far in the year, we're still doing fantastic. If the year ended today, we're still 5.5 inches above average for the entire year. So for the year, we're doing great. Almost 8 inches above average so far. As we look at November, a trace of rain though, almost an inch below average there. Since September 1st, 3.6 inches, a little over 3 inches below average. So we've just dried out pretty quickly, which we do tend to do here. The good news is that with all this rain, lake levels still looking good. We still have lake levels above 85% for the most part. Lake Camp up to 99% there. It's just the soil dries out pretty fast if we go a couple of months without getting some good rain. Satellite radar across the area is pretty quiet for us here in Texoma. Not going to change too much here over the next couple of days. Sunny to mostly sunny skies will continue here as we go into the weekend. Not looking for any rain this weekend, but as we go towards the middle of next week, that's when we start to see some showers, maybe some thunderstorms back into the forecast too. There's some potential for heavier rainfall in Texoma, but right now it really looks like the heaviest of the rainfall is going to be well off to the east, so it's not going to be enough to necessarily knock out the drought, but hey, at least we got some rain back in the forecast here. So for tonight, though, 55 degrees, mostly clear skies, and a south wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 85 for tomorrow, breezy and warm, a south wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, here's a 7-day forecast. We're going to see 80s return here as we go into the weekend. 77 for Sunday, 84 for Monday, and then we drop back down to the 60s with some rain chances for the middle of next week.
Introducing KFDX Plus, your new way to watch the news that matters. Stream KFDX News, Texoma Weather, and exclusive app originals like Texoma Cold Case, The Mother Lode, Chapters and Chatter, and so much more. Anytime, anywhere. Whether you're catching up on headlines or diving deep into local stories, it's all right here. KFDX Plus, now available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Just search KFDX and start streaming Texoma's stories today.
Where does confidence come from? It's not from within. It must be pursued. Confidence is not a mindset. It's an achievement. In the GMC Sierra HD AT4X. Get 5.9% APR on 2025 GMC Sierra heavy-duty models. That's over $4,000 in average finance savings.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular are joining forces. The best network just got bigger, and we're combining it with the local service you know and trust.
At Comanche Nation Casino, we know what locals love. That's why CNC is the place to be for fat stacks, juicy winnings, real rewards, and a place to call home. Comanche Nation Casino loves locals. CNC you real soon. Comanche Nation Casino. Real, local, love.
You're watching KFDX 3 News.
Welcome back. I'm Mariana Vela, one of the digital producers for TexomasHomepage.com. And from a restaurant reservation app spying on you to getting paid to watch movies, here's what's trending in Texoma. More than 1,000 Starbucks union baristas are on strike, walking off the job in protest of what they call unfair labor practices. The so-called Red Cup Rebellion is taking place in more than 40 cities nationwide. The workers are demanding better pay, hours, and staffing levels. A new report claims OpenTable is spying on its users and, quote, compiling personal information on guests to share with restaurants, both good and bad, from wine preferences to whether they cancel a same-day reservation. This allows eateries to highlight things to your preference, end quote. OpenTable's privacy policy does state that they share your information with restaurants and their affiliates to provide the services and for the restaurant or restaurant group's own purposes, which may include marketing or advertising purposes. And online platform cable TV is hiring one lucky person to become the chief of cheer. The role requires the chief to watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days, and they can earn a total of $2,500. The chief of cheer will also receive free subscriptions, including DirecTV, Hulu, Disney Plus, and Hallmark Plus. The company is even throwing in a free comfy blanket. Cable TV has also vowed to donate $2,500 to the lucky winner's charity of choice. Those interested can apply on the company's website until December 3rd. And to find all the stories that have Texoma talking, head over to texomashomepage.com. And don't go away, Erin is in next with a preview of Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
I wanted to use the Oklahoma Tobacco Helpline because I knew that I could get resources for free. I didn't realize there would be a coach. And that was awesome because you have someone calling you consistently, making sure that you're accountable. It felt like I was talking to a friend. It was a very easy experience for me. So, yeah, it was a very key part to my success. Okay.
Someone with neuropathy typically experiences tingling, numbness, and/or burning in their legs and feet. It can also have symptoms such as feeling of pins and needles, balance issues, with walking, and even issues with driving. No matter what symptoms you are experiencing, all cases of neuropathy have three common causes: the lack of oxygen, a lack of blood flow, a lack of nerve innervation. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms associated with neuropathy, and you're frustrated because no matter what doctor you go to, you hear the same thing: you've got neuropathy, here's some medications. If you're looking for a permanent solution to neuropathy, we may be able to help you. My name is Dr. David Cartwright at Falls Clinic. I would love to help you start living a life free from neuropathy today.
The Whataburger Buffalo Ranch Chicken Strip Sandwich is back. And some would say it's bigger and better than any chicken sandwich out there. More chicken strips, more Monterey Jack cheese, smothered in buffalo and ranch, all on a 5-inch bun.